Last time on Reintarnation, our heroes did a fight. Surrounded by afflicted, the party had to work together to stay alive. Mavis nearly perished, but Belle manipulated time to save him. Leah did some acrobatics with a spear, and Hex corrected some grammar. After the battle, Xavier led them to outside of the Church of the Living. Our heroes distracted the guards and snuck beneath a tarp to figure out what was going on. They found a giant hole dug into the ground. Leah put an alarm on the main door, while Mavis charmed a man named Stephen. Leaving Sheriff Farnham and Xavier behind, the party ventured into the tunnel. But what awaits our heroes? What will they find beneath affliction? Find out right now on Reintarnation. Credits. Alright, let us begin. Welcome back! Welcome back to Reintarnation, everybody. Great to see all of you again for the very first time. I am Tyler. With me, as always, are amazing players. We are going to start out the same way we start every session, with fun facts. So we're going to start with Mavis. Do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
Yes. I used to want to tap dance really bad. So I made my own little tap dancing shoes out of like little cans, put them on the bottom. But I'm a really bad dancer, so it didn't really work out well.
Awesome.
Cute. I love that. Alright, Mavis, you are now at the back of the queue. Hex, you are next. Do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
Hex's fun fact this week is that he loves the color purple. It's his favorite color. He doesn't necessarily know why, but every time he sees or is around the color purple, he feels very good. So,
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. Awesome.
Please.
Get back to purple, please.
No, hold on.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
Pink. We're going with pink for Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Great job. You're doing
you.
awesome. Belle, you are next. Do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
Yes, I sure do have a fun fact. My fun fact about Belle, or myself, me, Belle, is that I really like to whittle, like with wood whittling. It's just been like a little hobby that I picked up and I've done all the time. I make little things and stuff out of wood, as one does.
Whittle hobby.
My whittle hobby.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Belle. Okay, Leah, do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
Well, yes, I do. So Leah loves her fashion, as we all know, I guess. That she helped design all the outfits for the workers in the Grove. She wanted to, put her little design input and make sure that we're all wearing green. She loves green. Maybe I should make my background green. Maybe another day. But she really likes, she loves doing that type of thing. So she made the outfit. She helped design the outfits for the workers in the Grove.
Incredible. I love it. All right, so we are going to start off in the exact spot that we were last time.
Which is somewhere totally cool and safe and cozy, right?
Totally cool and safe and cozy.
Oh, yes.
Not quite. So,
Okay.
If you direct your attention to the screen. Oh, thank you, Sunday. You are in the cave. And Leah has pushed everybody back into the tunnel that you were coming from. Right now, you were about to enter into a large space. I'd say maybe 50 feet across. With, I'd say maybe a 15-foot high ceiling. Several tunnels. There are several points of egress. Several tunnels that lead out of that cavern. Coming through one of the tunnels that Leah had sensed is a very large, scorpion-like creature. Several crystalline spikes are poking out of its carapace. It has what looks like an anglerfish light coming out of its head,
Whoa.
Oh shit.
and
at
giant
that mouth.
claws. And a
Red
mouth.
teeth.
Red teeth. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
And,
Day!
That's so
Oh my god.
They're shaped like hearts.
Holy
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the bottom end of hearts. They're all
Yeah.
hearts.
Absolutely. No, you're right. You got it. You solved the puzzle. So, you see this creature. It is salivating, and it is
Happy
clicking
Valentine's Day.
around. Oh, Jesus.
Sorry.
It's slowly walking around the cavern, and it seems to be. Its eyes are milky white. They're sightless. Seems like they're only there for ornamentation. And it is clicking around. I need everyone to roll me a stealth check, please.
Oh goodness.
You got it.
Well,
On it.
Stealth.
Yes.
I wish I knew how to read. Oh, there we go.
ooh.
The character sheet font is like weirdly small, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So,
It is.
we'll go in descending order. Hex, you quickly sheath your sword, and you take a step back. You feel a face shuffle begin to start, but you turn away to prevent any glow, any ambient light.
Okay.
Leah, you knew this was coming, so you tiptoe backwards and you hold your hands out as Mavis and Belle were about to walk forward. Mavis, you see in time that there's a hand in front of you, and you stop, and you think, okay, we're good.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Belle
I don't like this.
does not.
Yeah.
Belle, you walk forward, and Leah's hand comes out a little too hard, and you feel this, whoop,
Oh.
like a hard forearm into your stomach, and we hear Belle go,
No.
Instantly, the head swivels around. You see the light
Shit.
bobbing as it begins to take steps forward.
Fine.
What? So I'm gonna say, Leah, you're at the front.
How far away is this guy?
I'd say this guy is about 40 feet. He's close to the other tunnel at the other end of the cavern.
Okay.
And he's moved about 10 feet at this point. But he's slowly crawling towards...
Does he
40
look
feet.
mad?
Can I would like
Looks
to...
Okay.
Sorry.
No, what's up?
Save us, please.
I think seeing that he's walking toward us, I'd like to manifest an echo like 15 feet away from where we are,
Oh.
and then have the echo move 30 feet, because I can cast him 15 feet away, and then the echo can move 30 feet,
Okay.
just to move just away from our direction.
Awesome. So you do that. You manifest this echo, and
Yeah.
I'll say that the phase shift begins, and you look up and project the echo.
Yeah, and it's
Coalescing.
like on reaction to hearing the cough and like seeing the guy look at us. Like I look back, see Belle, everything, and like as I'm turning back to look at it, it's like flies out of me, and then takes shape, and then begins immediately like running as far as it can go to like distract the
Cool.
beast.
So you all see that there is a version of Hex. This version is not wearing armor. He's wearing what looks like a nice nobleman suit. And
cool.
in one arm, he has a bouquet of roses, and in the other arm, he has a box of chocolates. And he's just running as fast as he can across the cavern.
Happy Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love that.
my
Amazing.
It's the Valentine's Day episode. You get it? That's whoa. Yeah. So he's running across the cavern, and the head swivels and pounces on to the projection. I'm gonna roll an attack roll. What's the armor class?
His armor class my dude's armor class is, I think, 14 plus my proficiency, which is 2, so 16.
Okay, so definitely 23 is higher than that. So
Okay.
you
he's
see, it
It
jumps.
disappears.
It crawls up into the air and does one of the I like to call it does a Shelob, where it like rears up on its back legs and then lands on the projection, which puffs into a cloud of light and then vanishes.
And what you guys see? Sorry, to just add some color to this. What do you guys see in the tunnel as guys? I think this is the first time we've seen an echo of mine die. Right?
Yes.
Or not die, but like get hit in battle. I don't think that's happened yet.
It might have happened in the
Usually the echo like walks back into me, but what you guys see now is just like, you know when you like turn on like an Xbox 360 or like a console and it like lights up from the inside, all you see is just like over time just this like little glow and then it subsides again.
Cool.
So that's how that looks when one of those guys die.
That's awesome. As the creature, so you notice that your projection was running into, I'll say that you're coming from the western tunnel. There is the northern tunnel, like a northeast tunnel, which is where your projection was going. The eastern tunnel, which is where the creature came from. And then there's a southeast tunnel as well. So the creature pounces, lands on it, it disappears, and it unleashes this clicking sound. And it's very rapid, it almost has a tone. It's clicking so fast.
Yeah.
And you all notice in the light that it is very dim light that it is projecting from its headpiece. It has stopped moving. Its legs have stopped moving. Leah, you're in the front. I'd love you to roll me a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception was right there.
Holy shit.
Ooh, I see it all.
Fuck yeah.
I've seen everything.
So, Leah, you notice that the Ankeg has stopped moving because there are vines wrapped around all of its legs that are holding it in place, and it is currently struggling to get up. What's more, the dim light that it's projecting is shining into the northeast cave. And you can see from that projection between the light that's being added to the tunnel and your low light or your dark vision, you can see that there are figures in that tunnel.
Oh.
One of them has a slightly glowing hand.
Ooh.
And you see that the vines are tightening around the creature. These humanoid figures run into the light. One of them, you see, is a gnome. He has a sword that's almost as big as he is, and he jumps forward and begins to hack at the Ankeg. The Ankeg's tail lashes forward to try and strike. It is caught by a second figure, a human, who jumps up and catches the tail. And it seems as though the Ankeg is quite strong, so it is pushing towards him. As it does, there is a third figure that runs into the room. Looks like a dragonborn.
Oh, sweet.
He opens his mouth and begins breathing out what looks like acid onto the creature's tail. Right at the base, the tail kind of goes limp. The vines spread up all around the creature and pin it down, where the gnome then begins to cut off its head. Ankeg is completely dead. Walking out from the tunnel, as the vines begin to recede, you see that there is a fourth figure.
Oh!
Oh!
Ooh la la.
Who is that?
This woman is... She seems to be connected to these vines. As the vines, she kind of opens her hands and brings them up to her face level, and the vines disappear. They fade back into the ground. What would you all like to do?
Interesting.
Well, I know exactly what I want to do.
But easy there.
In a more real sense, is it okay? I want to ask you, is it very clear that they definitely know this group of folks who just quickly and efficiently took down an Ankeg that was gonna eat us? Is it clear that they know that we're here? Like, do we think that it's based on timing? Is it pretty likely that they saw Hex's like shadow person and like us? Are we out in the open?
You definitely have a feeling they saw the projection.
Okay. And then as for us,
just so we know, the proper term is echo.
An echo. Sorry.
Echo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Echo. Got it.
They definitely saw the echo.
I want to say out loud, do we think they saw your shadow person, Hex, so that you can correct me, because I'll never get it wrong ever again.
Echo.
Okay, they saw the echo. Do we think that right now, currently, they can see us?
So you get the feeling they can't, and you know this because you hear a voice come from that cavern, and it says, "Hello. Will the owner of the projection please step forward?" And walking into the cavern is an elf with a book.
The owner of the projection.
I don't
Get
really
the owner of this Kia, please come get the car.
Oh yes, no, that's where I left my echo part.
Move your car from this area, please. Thank you.
I'll kind of look. Yeah, I know. I'll look around just to kind of see what if everybody wants me to do. Just like, what's the vibe?
Go.
And I'll be like,
I'm right behind you. Let's go talk to them.
I just look. I don't know. I have no idea what to do.
Well, I'll just slowly walk to the front of the group. I don't know. Can I see this person who's speaking?
Yeah, this elf steps into view. She has a spellbook open, and there are 4 orbs of light hovering around her outstretched hand.
Okay.
Did you guys know I can do that too?
Girls, now's not the time.
I did it earlier, actually, so you definitely know. I think we should go talk to them.
Sure.
I love making new friends, please.
Yes. Well, my goodness. Well, we have to be careful. We don't sure if they're friends yet.
It was really cool, though.
They're so cool.
They did dispatch of the Ankeg rather quickly. But still, we don't know if they're friends. If they can dispatch of that thing quickly, they can maybe dispatch of us quickly.
I do think we should maybe only go out and talk to them if everyone in our group does feel comfortable. I'm feeling a little bit of regret for being so, let's go talk to them right now. So
I'll look. And here's what you see. You see, again, a glow in my face and like another version of myself come out and stay among you guys. I say, I'll go forward. If I get in a pickle, I'll just switch places with my echo. And so you see, yes.
I don't think, here's my thought. I think that if only one of us goes forward, it's deceptive, okay? Because there's not just one of us here. We're a whole group.
But they did only ask for the person who had for the echo. So technically,
for Hex.
So I'm going to say,
thought about that. You're right.
I'm going to say, just stay here, stay with the echo, and I start walking. I don't know if you want to color in what the echo looks like. If you want me to color in what this echo looks like, Tyler, I don't know.
If you have an idea, please go for it.
Flowers and chocolate.
Yeah, this echo is like it's pretty much like a young version of someone who kind of looks like Hex, but at the beach. It's like beach, like very
each episode.
You can think of like
beach Hex.
Like. Not necessarily board shorts, but they're like linen long pants, almost like linen capris.
So not like surfer, but like sits on the beach.
Hair is wet and like slicked back. Yeah. No shirt, just kind of like.
My job is beach.
Nodding.
Yeah.
Hex's job is. You have beach Hex. Yeah. His job is beach. The Echo's job is beach.
Love that.
I'll walk forward and I'll say. That would be me, and. Who are all of you?
The monk.
Mm-hmm.
You see his hands at his sides, but his weight drops a little bit. He bends his knees a little bit. It looks like he's ready to fight.
I'll
wizard-
say I come out with my I'll show my hands, I guess.
Okay.
Because I don't have any fear. Because before they could hit me, I'm already switching, right? Like I have a get out of jail free card.
Absolutely. So the gnome takes a step forward. After he's done, you hear he just wants one last as he cuts one final slash, severing the head, and he flicks his blade. Some Ankeg blood drops onto the ground. He says, "Who are we? Who are you?"
I asked you first.
Well, all right, you got me there. He sheaths his blade, and he takes a few steps. Not a few. He's got tiny legs. He a dozen steps forward, and he raises his hand and up to you, and he says, "My name is Sir Pillingham Quick Pickles.
Okay,
Very nice to meet you."
I'll descend to one knee so we're at eye level, and I'll grasp his forearm. So you can call me Hex.
He says, "Oh, Hex. Well, this is great. Is it just you down here? I thought I heard voices in that tunnel that you came out of."
Sir Quick Pickles, speaking of voices, there was a voice of a woman earlier who called me out. Who might that be?
I want to meet.
So the elf, the wizard,
Yeah.
who, that was the voice that you'd heard. She says, "I believe this time we asked you first." And she closes her book.
My party, the party of wonderful people who are joining me, mean you no harm. So if we can all agree to not fight each other, I'd be happy to bring them along.
Can we hear the conversation, by the way?
Oh yeah.
I am listening intently. It's taking everything in me to not run out there.
I'm like holding Belle back, like
Just
honestly,
so you know.
like this, like
Your arm
I'm
hasn't
like
moved.
literally wiggling.
because I elbowed her in the stomach.
I'm gripping your arm.
Yeah. So the
Can you lay
elf,
off a little bit? Thanks.
No.
So the elf, she puts her book in a slot in her backpack, and she says, "I am Erolith Mendelonin. We are a party of delvers into this cave, and we shan't have a problem with you, assuming you are not here for this kill. This is ours."
No, we lay no claim to the kill.
Splendid.
All right, Belle.
I'm gonna run out. But in a
Like
very
as
like
she does that, my arm just like flings.
yes, I'm
In
gonna
the-
like burst forward, but then try to like slow my roll and do like a dainty like do run.
I think using her as cover, I do want to try to, because I don't want them to know that the projection, it kind of lives in, like the echo lives in me. So I'm gonna try to use this like introductory time to go back and just quietly I don't know what the word is, but like to reintegrate the echo into me. That's cool.
Yeah, integrate.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay,
I'll
great.
happily like do a whole big flourish, come out and like.
You do your thing. I'll be back.
Roll me performance, Belle.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah. So yeah,
Nice,
you
nice,
you
nice.
take a few steps out, you do a little like, as you twirl, your cloak flares out and settles.
I'm sorry,
It's
her
actually
cloak.
Hex's cloak. It's
Sorry,
Hex's
Hex's
cloak.
cloak, yeah.
That's. I forgot it was yours, actually.
I
Well,
make it work.
You're
I
right.
didn't.
Oh.
It always worked.
You make it make it work so well. Now
You
it's
do.
yours.
Amazing. So they begin to cut up Quick Pickles goes back to the Ankeg and begins cutting up some of its carapace. Belle, you present yourself.
Yes.
The monk, you notice, he takes like a quick step backward just in case something weird happens. But the elf looks at you and she says, "And who are you supposed to be?"
Hello, it is so lovely to meet you. My name is Belle. And these are my friends. We've been adventuring together. I love doing magic, and I love the color pink. And I'm a Gemini. And what was your name?
She says, as I had said before, I am Erelith Mendelonian.
I love it. I really love hearing your name. It's beautiful. And everyone else, what was everyone else's name?
The gnome, he just looks up from cutting between the carapace and the meat. He's like, Sir Pellingham, quick pickles! And he continues to cut.
It's beautiful.
He says, everyone calls me QP or just pickles! And he just continues to cut. The monk visibly relaxes a little bit as Leah and Sage. Mavis, do you two also come out of the tunnel?
Yes.
As excitedly?
Follow very begrudgingly, so I follow behind. I was in the front, now I'm in the back.
I am smiling super hard. I'm not running though. I'm just like.
And I'm just like.
Amazing. So you notice that Erelith's, the elf, her spheres of light, her dancing lights, rise to the ceiling to provide adequate light for everybody. The monk visibly relaxes when he sees all four of you come out and no one else. He gives a slight incline of his head and he said, I am Yi Song Dae. And the Dragonborn, it kind of wipes the acid off of his mouth, and he says, do any of you speak Draconic by any chance?
Yes, me, I do.
Of course. Why would
Amazing.
you possibly know Draconic?
Because if you have free time and a whole lot of books, what do you want to do? Learn the coolest language.
Yeah, I'll buy it. That's fine. Yeah. I'll say we have like a quick little flashback of Belle, and she's 6, and she has nothing to do, and she just goes into the library and just thumbing through the books. On the bottom shelf, which is the only one she can reach, it just says Draconic for Dummies, and she pulls it out and just starts flipping through. The Dragonborn says in Draconic, he says, I am Turris Milter.
I'm going to say, hello, it's great to meet you, but in Draconic.
Nice. So his eyes go wide, and he says, you speak the Draconic tongue?
Yes, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to speak with someone else. This is the first time I've gotten to speak Draconic, and it's so exciting. You're so cool.
So he squints for a second. He says, I understand. Have you ever spoken? So you've never spoken Draconic before?
Not with another person.
This is why.
Does it show? Is it obvious?
Yes, there are some words. There are some letters that are different from written to spoken text.
It makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
for someone with lips, it is very difficult to...
Yeah.
So we
Don't I
have
know
those.
it? These lips always getting in the way. Actually, that's not true. But anyways, I'm so excited. You'll get to teach me so much. Assuming we could be friends. Would you like to be my friend? Anyways, sorry. I was meeting everyone.
So finally, the final member of that party, the woman with pink skin and pink hair, and what looks like her hair is turned in, it looks like flower petals. She just turns and slowly inclines her head and doesn't speak. But Erelith says, we call her Celia.
That's a beautiful name.
Yes, she doesn't speak very much. She only communicates through I don't suppose any of you speak Sylvan.
I should have learned Sylvan.
Is that like the old Elvish?
Sylvan is the language of plants and trees.
Oh, I wasn't actually. I was Sebastian asking, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
my bad. Hex would not be. Hex would be a little more
That-
inclined.
It's like, is that like old elf?
No,
Reach suddenly begins to speak.
So Celia opens her mouth, and you hear, it sounds like the sound that when there's a strong wind moving through trees and their leaves rustle. And she just says something and then closes her mouth, and then the sound stops. And Aerolith, she smirks and she says, "Yes, I will. And she turns to look at the four of you, and she says, "We're not sure where you had come from, for the direction that we had come from is the only way that we are aware of to reach this location. So how did you happen to be here?"
We have wild news.
Can we have a group chat?
I was hoping you'd interrupt me. Oh!
I'm like, that's a lovely question. One moment. Hello, friends.
Hex is now getting back into the, I guess, at this point.
I'm gonna flip my hair and do just a we'll be right back.
I'm just gonna have a little team meeting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back.
Are we? Yeah, it's okay. Are we actually?
I'll wink as I turn around.
Are we going to tell them everything about how we got here? Because I don't know if I want everyone to panic.
Whoa. Why not? Also,
why not? They're gonna think we're afflicted.
Because
it's obvious we're not. While we're turning around, can I check my watch to see how much time? Because I believe we're still in temporary hit point time.
Yes.
Or not temporary, but the added hit point time.
I forgot about that, actually.
And so I want to check my watch as we turn around, kind of deal.
Yeah, you have a little less than an hour at this point.
Mavis does have red eyes. I do
have red eyes.
But
point that out.
Mavis is not gray.
Right,
and I think between all of us,
I feel
it seems like they're really relaxed around us and would trust us.
But I don't want to cause them
give them a reason.
Yeah,
exactly. And that's why we shouldn't lie to them.
They won't
also,
I
okay,
have to
Belle,
lie.
Listen,
we just don't have to tell them everything.
Sometimes withholding information isn't lying. It's just withholding information. So
that's
we're not lying.
What I learned at all. Here's
we're not
my
lying.
pitch.
We're just not choosing to share everything right away.
But okay. I feel really strongly about this, everybody.
I bet you do.
Sorry, I'm good
Anyways, we look, and I'm gonna check over my shoulder a little bit and get a little bit quieter and a little bit closer and say, I have a pretty strong feeling that there is danger coming after us the way that we came. And I think these people that we just met, they have been so kind to us. They helped, and in fact, not helped. They completely single-handed, not with our help at all. We did nothing. They killed the Ankeg that could have killed us, and they have given us all their names. They've been so inviting and welcoming, and there's a very real chance that we are bringing danger to them, and I think that we owe it to them to tell them everything, or at least as much as we possibly can, about the possible threat that is headed our way and therefore their way. And I understand what you're saying about we don't have to say every single thing, and I don't know that I agree, but I understand what you're coming from. But I do think that we need to tell them where we are coming from, like in a physical sense, not like in a anyways, where we're physically coming from and what is behind us, because it affects our safety and also their safety. And I really don't think they're gonna appreciate us if the first thing that happens in our brand new friendship is that a bunch of scary, afflicted people from the Church of the Living come and try to kick all of our butts.
Okay, listen, I just don't think we should tell them about Sheriff Farnham and
that's not irrelevant.
That we have with us.
Yeah.
And
he's not with us. We left him behind.
His name? Well, not with us, but
Xavier?
he's a part of our party. He's leading us everywhere. Xavier is, yeah. He's leading us to these places.
Yeah.
And they might not
He's
trust
not with
that.
us, and that's okay. I think here's the information that I think is absolutely necessary that we share right now, this instant, which is that we are coming from the tent near the Church of the Living, and that there are possible afflicted coming after us.
We don't know that.
I think that we probably do.
We
We
don't.
don't.
My bill hasn't
Here's-
gone off yet.
But we know that it will, and we know that we have a time limit.
Do we?
On
We don't.
sure, but like, there's not a chance. I think that it's wild to assume that it doesn't. There was a guard. There was a guard patrolling that area.
True.
I'm not saying that I'm like anticipating something happening. What I'm saying
Right.
is that like we know that that area
I feel
was
like when
guarded.
we know something that might be relevant, like if we like when we know for sure, then I feel like we
So,
could share it. But we could definitely
Mavis,
say like,
You do know that your charm spell
Yes,
is
it's gonna
gonna
go
wear
off.
off any minute.
yeah,
And they'll
soon.
know.
And they will know. Yes. But that doesn't mean they're gonna know where we went to or where anything revolving that. They're just gonna know that there was a weird thing
I
that
think
happened.
that it is wild that this group accuses me of being the person that's too la-di-da, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And all of y'all are like, there's not a chance that they're going to follow us down this tunnel.
I didn't say
I didn't say that.
that.
I just
This
said
is
we
not-
don't know right now in this moment.
Exactly.
That's it.
I'm with Mavis on this one.
I think it's cool to share that we came from the what is it called actually? The whole area, not the Church of the Afflicted, not that specifically, but the
Corpsetown?
Corpsetown. I think it's cool to say that this tunnel is connected to Corpsetown. I think that's fine, and that's it. That we came through
While
Corpsetown.
they're having this conversation that I'm not at all, I'm in the huddle, I guess, but I'm just gonna be looking to see what the other group is doing. What are they
I was
doing?
just about
Because
to-
I'm more worried about like keeping an eye on them than I am in participating in what we tell them or not.
Hex, would you roll me a perception check, please?
Yes, you got it. Sorry, I don't know why.
Great. So Hex, you look as you get in the huddle. You turn around, and standing about 3 feet from you is the flower woman Celia.
Okay.
She
3 feet
hasn't-
from me from the huddle?
3 feet behind you. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'll say that you were probably facing away from them, and you turned to look at them.
Yeah.
And as you do, you notice that you hear like the rustling of leaves,
Yeah.
and she's standing right there.
What is
And
my...
she's looking at you.
Okay, so go ahead. What is my... do I get the feeling that she's listening in on the conversation? She's 3 feet away. Does she understand what we're saying?
It seems like she is curious.
Mm-hmm.
Her face looks very neutral all the time.
Okay.
And she does the slow like.
I'll slowly
cocked to
like
the side.
I'll nod to her. And at what point in the conversation do you think this is that I notice her?
This
Like,
is
the beginning,
right.
or
This
toward the
is about when Bella's like, I think it's like everyone thinks I'm the la di da, and
Oh, okay.
this is when you kind of turn around and.
end? Okay, so I
Yeah.
turn around. I see. I'll give her Rose, right? Or no,
Celia?
Celia.
Sorry, I just had her written down in my notes as Rose Woman, so that's the first word I thought.
That's what
Celia.
I would do.
So I turn to Celia and I give her a nod, and then I turn back to the group and I say, I believe that we should exit this huddle and just tell them something, or else they might get a little suspicious. And then I'll break away
Came
from the
from
huddle. I'll break away, and then I'll walk toward Celia just to see what she does.
Okay, yeah, you take a step. Her body is unnervingly still.
Okay.
You do notice that as you take a step forward, one of the roses that basically is one of her eyes, it blooms a little bit.
Oh wow.
I will bark. Sorry.
I'll just...
That was me in my head. Ignore
I
that.
was gonna say, did Mavis say that out loud? Otherwise, I would be literally like,
I would believe it if Mavis barked, if I'm honest.
Just go.
Mavis definitely is a barker. Anyways, continue.
I guess
Mavis, stand up. Jeez.
If
I
Mavis
guess-
barks, Belle will bark.
as I step forward, I see her eye rose bloom. I think I'll just Axel say under his breath and just go, absolutely stunning, and kind of like walk, and just I'll extend my hand to her in like a friendly way.
Nice.
All right, Belle. Can we agree on came from Corpsetown? It's
I
possible.
think I've got this. I
that
think I
people
can handle it.
Came from Corpsetown. It's
No, I think I
possible
got it.
that people might be coming. That's it. Those two
What do
things.
you
I don't
mean?
think
No, I think I
people
got it.
I
coming.
think I got it.
People might be
I
coming.
think I got
because
it.
Came from Corpsetown.
I'm not. This is making it worse. I feel. I think the thing that you're saying
Swear to God.
is going to be so
Belle?
much worse than anything
It's
that
just-
I could say.
It's just we came from Corpsetown.
Sure.
and
No.
people might
I
be
understand what
coming.
you want me to say, but I'm saying that if I say those words, it's
Yeah.
gonna make us look bad.
And so specifically
Maybe,
saying
possibly,
So then
maybe, possibly, maybe. That would give me a lot of questions, and y'all know I'm the person with the least amount of questions.
Since when?
Hex,
Oh, God.
as you extend your hand, and
Okay.
she extends her hand, you hear, whenever she moves, it sounds like the creaking of wood. And when she extends her hand, and you take her hand, you notice that her hand, it feels like you're touching rose petals. And her fingers clasp around you. And as they do, when you release, her hand just pops off. And you're
Ah!
holding her hand, and it just discorporates into petals.
Oh,
You look up, and she holds up her wrist, which then hand sprouts.
It's like a magic trick.
Oh, goodness.
yeah. What?
Says as
what
Mavis.
my expression is? I'm very surprised. I kind of want to gauge what her. Is she still calm? She's still like.
Yeah, her face is a mask.
Okay, so I'm.
Jeez.
And then I'll just. Well met to you as well. And then I'll turn and slowly walk away.
Quick Pickles, back on the on-keg, he says, "Oh, she likes you!" And she just keeps
Well,
cutting the carapace.
The feeling is mutual.
Leah, your alarm goes off. In your head, you hear a bing.
Okay. In the middle of them
sorry.
bickering, these two, Mavis
Right.
and Belle.
I'll say as like right at the end of it, and when you hear Quick Pickles say, "Oh, she likes you,"
Right.
you hear this bing.
I just go, wait, hold on.
What's up?
Belle may or may not have predicted this, but the alarm just went off.
All of us should and could have predicted this. Just to be clear, this isn't about predicting something. It's that there was a guard patrolling the area where we were.
Listen.
Anyways,
Continue. Go ahead.
Yes.
Say what you want. Go for it.
So I think we definitely should tell him that they're coming for us right now.
I think I can handle this. I think I know what to say.
Go for it.
Truly.
Okay, then go for it.
Okay,
Oh, God.
I'm gonna turn back around. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for letting us huddle. We're a very intentional group, you know, and we really like to show a united front when we're making new friends. And we think that like group dynamics are really important. I'm sure you all can completely relate and understand. You know what I mean? Group dynamics are kind of everything when you're working with. Anyways, so again, it's so lovely to meet you. I'm so thrilled that we're all here at the same time, and I'm so impressed by all of you. You're all so cool. We have some unfortunate news to share, which is that, and then I would like to explain that here is the information that I'm going to reveal. Diplomatically. One, we were
Yes.
in, and I'm like going quickly, okay? One, we were in Corpsetown. Two, we were investigating the Church of the Living. We went to an area near the Church of the Living, and in that area, we found a big, huge, giant hole, which led us here. We didn't know what we were walking into or where we were headed, but we were interested in this hole, and so we went down it. And now, in right before we went down into the hole, two important things happened. One, we did see some guards. There were some guards in the area, some afflicted guards. And two, we set an alarm on a door that went from the Church of the Living to this hole, and that alarm has just gone off. And so we expect at least one, but probably more than one afflicted from the Church of the Living is heading here. And I don't know if you all knew this, but the Church of the Living does not actually like living people. So I fear we are all in danger. Yeah.
So,
And that's the information that I'd like to share.
yeah.
With a big
so-
smile at the end.
And we're all in
Like-
danger.
Oh, and also one more thing. Unfortunately, at least one specific person in my group is at risk a little bit right now. So if anyone has any ability to heal them, that would be so cool. And if not, that's a lot to ask of people that we just met, and which, hi, it's good to meet you again. I know I've said that a lot, but it really is so nice to meet you. If not, I would really love if we could maybe find a safe spot, if y'all know a safe spot to take a little rest so that my friend doesn't die, because I really, really like him and I don't want him to die. Yeah.
I'll step. I guess X will just kind of step and just put a hand on her shoulder.
Put a hand on the hand on my shoulder.
Yeah, just, like they get the point. Let them respond.
So,
Is what the hand is saying.
What I'm getting from the hand is, Belle, you are so brave for explaining our story, and I'm so grateful, and I support you in everything that you do ever.
incredible. So when you say, and we're all in danger, Aerolith whips her head back and she says double time to the other three that are back at the corpse, and you see that Isong Dae, the monk, he is punching bits of the carapace, and where he does, there's a web of cracks that begin to appear in each part of the carapace, which the Dragonborn, Turris, begins to just rip off as Sir Pillingham begins to just quickly cut pieces of meat out. Pillingham says, well, we can't leave without this kill, so if you all would help us, I'm sure it would make things go a lot faster.
Yeah.
We'd love to help.
Yeah,
And-
Hex,
yeah.
Hex before he even says anything just already has his dagger out and is going to help.
Amazing. We're gonna do a mini skill challenge.
Ooh.
So for each success, you will gain a certain amount of time fleeing the afflicted.
Oh,
With
shit.
each failure, you will lose time. So we're gonna start. We'll start with Hex. Yeah, let's start with Hex. Hex, what would you like to do? You all know the rules of the skill challenge. You can't use this. No two party members can use the same skill. And then once, yeah, that's basically it. So Hex, what would you like to do?
And is this just like, is this we can't use the same skill, but as long as we can make it make sense, sort of thing?
Absolutely, yeah.
Does Constitution count as a skill?
If you want to roll me a Constitution save,
Is that cool?
um,
Here's what I'm thinking.
yeah, go for it.
Here's what I'm thinking. He goes up with a dagger, but upon seeing kind of what's the deal, I don't think that the dagger's gonna go. So he's just gonna get up in the guts with his hands.
Let's get
So
up
I
in
guess
that guts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the con save is just if he can hold his, if his stomach can
cookies.
handle
Yeah. Yeah, if you can hold your
Cookies.
cookies, yeah, for sure, yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me that con save.
Fuck.
Ooh, rough.
Oh,
So,
can I use
I'm
I'm gonna
inspiration?
plug my
you wanna
ear.
You want to use an inspiration?
How much inspiration do we have?
We
We
I
have. Oh wait, hold on.
We have three
should.
still. All right. Oh wait.
No, no, no. We should. Yeah, we should
I have
have
3.
4 because
We should have
used
4.
because we used 1 last time,
Did we?
and I subtracted 1.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Wait, is
will
that-
have 3. So we have 3.
I
We
thought
will,
so.
We have 4, but we
Okay.
now have 3. If I use
Yes.
it, I would like to use an inspiration to rewrite
Okay.
that con save.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I feel like this is kind of important. 14?
14's perfect.
Oh,
So,
nice.
You're
the
right.
way that this skill challenge will work is the DC will get progressively higher the further into
shit.
it we go. So, Hex,
Sorry,
your
y'all.
DC was 10.
Great.
So that would have been a failure, but you turned it into a success. As you're reaching in, you get a whiff of that smell,
Oh, yeah.
and you're just like, huh! But you stop, and you begin to rip parts of the meat off.
Rip and tear,
and
baby.
Yeah, and Turris has this large sack that is just open, and you just start throwing it in. Next, we will go with Belle. Belle, what would you like to do in this skill challenge?
All right, here's my pitch. All right, okay. I'm pretty sure that my family has had onkeg before at home, like for eating, for food.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And I would like to basically, and I'm a curious soul, you know me. I love to learn stuff about things. My pitch is that I'd like to use history to use my knowledge of like the way that like cooked or like even not yet cooked onkeg meat like looks to know like what I could like what it's supposed to look like and how I could help. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, roll me a history check.
Okay, sick.
Alright, so...
Okay, that's absurd. I have a +4. This is so rude.
I had a
So
+5.
This is
Oh,
Very rude.
so
Dice for being
rude.
rude.
We were doing so well.
So with a 10, you have a flashback of your father and you sitting at the table, and your father is, there's an automaton that is slicing a thin slice of onkeg steak that has been grilled to perfection, and it kind of layers onto your plate, and he says, Belle, are you aware that onkegs, they burrow under the ground, and there is a little light that they wave in front of them. Some say it is quite the delicacy. I myself don't care for it. Upsets my tummy, so I don't particularly agree with that statement. And we zoom back to where you are, and you say, "Oh, get the light," and this is as Sir Quick Pickles is cutting it. He's like, "Got it! It's all right. I'm good." And he cuts it off. All right. Next up,
Glad
Leah.
I could help.
All right. Let's think here. Let's think. What should I use? I feel like... Do I want to bet that? No. I think I'm just going to go straight up survival.
Yeah,
That's
go for
pretty
it.
self-explanatory, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ah! Why are
happening
we
to
How
us?
bad? One. I need a 1. Anyways.
The dice tell a story. So we see Leah, you are using your survival skill. You are saying, okay, what is the best way that these things move? How's what's the most efficient way to cut an animal apart for food? And you are trying to pry. You're trying to skin a creature when this has very hard carapace, and you're trying to pry it open with a dagger. And you see a hand rest over yours. It is pink, and the dagger, and it slowly very gently pulls your hand away, and you see Celia reach her hand onto the carapace, and as she does, her fingers turn into roots, and they snake under the carapace, and she pops the shell off.
Oh, thank you.
She looks at you and she gives a slow nod, and then she takes a step backward.
Thank you.
And you begin to cut the meat off. Mavis, what would you like to do?
Can I do nature?
Knowledge of nature?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
What
It's
is?
fine though.
What
Cool,
the
cool, cool.
hell?
I don't know what's going on, actually.
Cool.
Um,
All right. So so Mavis, you're looking at this.
is it
okay.
bad enough that I should use an inspiration, or should I not? I'm just
My
wondering because we do
fear
have
is
3.
that
I don't want to use
it'll
all
be
of them.
the highest. Like it'll be a higher skill.
The least likely
like,
to succeed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think using the inspiration at the beginning made the most sense because it was a lower. But I mean, I also don't want us to play in a
I
way
also
that
don't
like,
remember
where we're
what
trying to
number
like
it is.
optimize math because that's so whatever.
No, nothing wrong with optimizing math.
I just don't want to cause like longer issues. Never mind, it's fine.
It's
Go ahead.
what did
Go ahead,
Tyler say
Tyler.
mere seconds ago? The dice tell a story. It's fine.
Yeah, I would say if it was like
It's
a
fine.
battle, maybe, but because we're just doing a skill check, I think it'll be okay.
I just wanted to waste like more time. Go for
Yeah.
It's
I-
up to
I'm
you,
worried
Mantis.
too.
If
It
you
doesn't
want to
matter,
use it, then
actually.
you should,
It's
and
cool.
if you don't, then you should.
it. I won't go.
You,
Okay.
if you want to, I support.
It's okay, Tyler. You go ahead.
Alright, no worries. So Mavis, you are talking to Aerolith, and you see that she has conjured a little mage hand that is slowly carrying pieces of meat. And I'll say that you start just spouting off knowledge. You start like whistling a little bit. I'll say you start to make up a song about Ankegs and your knowledge of them.
Adorable.
And she breaks her concentration. The mage hand vanishes and the meat falls to the ground. And she says, I appreciate what you are
Oh.
trying to do. I would like you to step 5 steps back, please.
Oh.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonderful. All right. And then she turns around, conjures the mage hand again, picks the meat up, and she casts mending to clean it, and prestidigitation to clean it, and she puts it in a bag, and they all continue going.
Do I see that happen?
It's because I can't whistle, isn't it? I'm just.
Oh.
I just slowly take my little sad steps.
Oh my
Okay. Ah, shit.
I
So-
want to go up to Mavis and say, I think your song is beautiful with or without a whistle.
Thank you.
All right. So as that is happening, so they pick it clean. They cut all of the meat off, and they pack their stuff. And Aerolith turns to the 4 of you, and she says, "We are proceeding down that southeast tunnel. If you wish to follow, you're more than welcome to. But this is our path."
That's so kind of you. Everyone, I really think we should follow because we certainly can't stay here. Yeah. hmm
All right.
And I think we should do it quickly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'll stand in the back.
Yeah. So you pack you begin to all go down the southeast tunnel.
Mhm.
Is there anything you'd like to do before that?
Can I
I
look
wanna-
behind us?
Sure. Like
That's
down
fine.
the previous tunnel.
Where
the one we
the
came
alarm is
from?
coming from? Can I hear anything? Can I see anything?
I'd like you to roll me a perception check, Leah.
Everyone manifest. Okay.
Nice.
Ah.
14's great.
Let's go.
So you don't hear anything, but you feel a slight breeze come from the tunnel,
Okay.
which you know is a telltale sign that there are things moving. That there's a slight
Okay.
pressure change. There's something pushing this air forward.
Okay.
With the amount of breeze that you feel, probably more than a few people are
Okay.
coming to down this tunnel.
Okay. I don't want to like scare everyone, so I don't really like. I don't want to say that out loud, but I kind of just look at I look at all my. I look at my team and I go, yeah, let's go. Let's go with them. Let's go.
Great. You all continue down this tunnel. We're going to do... So, that first round of the skill challenge, we're going to do...
First round.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to do...
Okay.
We're going to do another round of the skill challenge. There's 2 rounds total. You travel down the tunnel. And as you do, you notice that the tunnel... So there are dips, and there are slight areas that need to be climbed.
Mhm.
At each juncture, see, sometimes there are crossroads, sometimes there are certain tunnels. At each juncture, you see that Aerolith, with her book, she's conjuring this minor illusion that seems to be a map of where they had come from and where they're going. And you notice that she is just plugging in different areas. And at each crossroads, She looks left, she looks right, and she looks at her map, and then points to a direction, and you go down that direction. One such tunnel, you travel for about 10 minutes, and it opens up. There is a large fissure in the ground. We're going to go one by one, how each of you would like to cross this fissure.
How wide is it?
It's about 10 feet wide.
Okay.
It's not too bad, but
Is it the
enough
same?
that
Is it the same rules? We can't use the same thing.
you cannot use. So if you have used a skill in the previous round, you can't use that skill again.
What if we have an ability?
If you have an ability, then you can use it. If you expend a resource, then you automatically succeed.
A resource.
So like a spell or a like something that is depletable, then you automatically succeed. If you get 3 failures, then you fail the skill challenge.
Okay.
So we're gonna start with, let's see, we did Hex first last time. Let's do Belle. Belle, how would you like to get across?
God. I have absolutely no skills at all in this. Let's see. Question: Are our friends, our pals over there? Are they already crossed? Like, are they across? Have they crossed already? Are they?
Seems like they are preparing to cross.
I might be able to, depending on your ruling, Tyler. I just have a question for you for
Sure.
what I would want to do, but we can go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Belle. It's just I'm thinking of maybe taking somebody with me.
The thing that I was going to do is very charmingly ask if anyone would assist me.
That could, so you could roll a persuasion. That
Because
could work.
like I would ask the other group, but I could also ask Hex. But
Okay,
I would.
that okay. I would be happy to help, but it's just whether or not it's allowed by Tyler.
Yeah, should I ask?
Well, let's do Belle's first,
Okay.
because you can always take somebody else with you.
And if I don't make it, then maybe.
Then maybe you
can
can
be
take
my
her, yeah.
backup.
I'll
Yeah.
have
Okay.
to toss ya.
I want to be tossed. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Persuasion. You said.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Yeah, go ahead, Belle.
No, that's real though.
Happy Valentine's
Mavis
Day.
and Sage said that's real. Just saying. It's so real.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, 13 is fine. 13 is fine. This round, it will get progressively higher. The DC for the first skill of the round is 10. I'll say that you go over to Turris, and you say in Draconic.
Oh, another
what
chance
would you
to
like to say?
practice Draconic.
Yeah, what would you like to say to?
Hi. So.
Hi.
You're so cool. I think that I have a lot of skills as a person and most importantly as a friend, but an area where my skills are lacking is jumping across 10 feet wide fissures in the ground, and you look mighty strong, my friend, and I'm wondering, could you toss me?
So he at first is like, "What the fuck? Oh, what? Can I talk? Oh, yeah, of course." And he.
I'm so sorry for whatever I said when I was
Yeah.
practicing my language still.
So he picks you up and he holds you like a soccer ball, and he says, "Okay, 1, 2, and he throws you across, and you land.
10 feet?
Gracefully or
Not
He's
gracefully.
really strong.
Definitely
Oh.
not gracefully. He looks very, very
How
powerful.
strong is he that he can throw a grown person
Strong.
10 feet?
He looks
Strong.
incredibly strong. My man is like 7.5 feet tall.
I love
He
it.
is
Like a soccer ball? That's wild.
He's,
Very
he's
strong.
huge. He then takes a few steps back and then like takes like boom, 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 and jumps across the
Crazy.
chasm
That's awesome.
and skids on the ground. Almost crashes into Belle. Doesn't, but he seems
Almost.
fine. Almost.
After I
Almost
land,
up.
I'd like to hop up and check my hair, and then also, most importantly, check Hex's cloak to make sure that it's okay. There's no damage. There's no dirt. All that jazz.
Amazing. You do that. Seems okay.
Okay,
Seems
great.
all right. Leah, what would you like to do?
Can I athleticize my way over?
Wanna roll me in athletics? Sure.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Leah, so we see Leah, you estimate, we see like you doing like a couple of like, yeah, I could totally jump that. And
Yeah.
you go all the way back into the tunnel that you came out of, and we just see Leah like and like just runs and leaps across, wheeling your arms out like a pinwheel, and you you're like, maybe I'm not. Okay, no, I'm good. And you land on the other side. You do a tumble.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say, can
you-
I roll out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. You roll out and
then,
you,
Of course. As I get up.
Nice. Nice.
yeah, absolutely. Perfect. So Mavis, what would you like to do to get over this?
I'm thinking. I want to. Can I roll performance? I want to see if I can like use my I don't know. I can't dance, so I think what I want to try is like. Oh, I don't know if I could do that though. Is this something that has to relate to like an actual magical thing that I can do?
I'm not sure what.
Because I'm thinking in my head, if it was just like, if I could do anything in the world, I could just like play my flute really well, but I'm playing it so well that I can just like levitate over it. But I don't know if that's something that I can.
I want that to be a thing.
If you have a spell that lets you levitate, then I would
Give
say
me a second.
absolutely.
All right.
If you don't,
I
then
don't. But
you
I,
could possibly.
I think I have. Oh wait, no, I can't do that either.
So if you want to try and use your performance in such a way that, here's what I'll say.
Hmm.
You can try and use performance if you'd like.
Ooh, can I
Yeah.
try to use performance to try to dance, even though I'm not a good dancer? Can I try to
Okay.
use it to dance and then like do a leap type of thing? Like a really
A
large. I forgot what that's
dancerly leap.
called. I forgot what it's called, but there is like a. It's not a pirouette, is
A
it?
leap.
Is it just a leap?
What is
Like
it
a
in
ballet
French?
leap.
Yeah, like
Where
a
it's
ballet
like
leap.
One of those, and you just.
Where you do like a split in the
Over.
air and you're like,
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that I actually might be able to
jeté. Sorry.
roll properly.
hmm.
Because
So-
most of my stuff is really low and I'm so
So
scared.
you can roll me a performance. I
Okay.
will tell you how it goes
How it goes.
and how it relates.
Yeah, I'm fine. That's
That would be
fine.
great.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I just.
Sorry, no,
that's
because this is
my-
good. Because this is like, and I say this with all seriousness. This is a teachable moment
Okay, great.
in D&D. So this is perfect. So yeah, go ahead and roll me a performance.
I'm scared.
Okay. Would you like to use a point of inspiration?
I can fail. It's fine.
Okay, cool. So
I was all for it.
I'm just I'm having a bad day. It's fine.
So Mavis, you take your flute out, you begin playing, and you notice
I'm
that,
scared.
like, you're playing, and like as you turn, you notice that Aerolith is standing right next to you,
No.
and she just like
No.
slowly closes her book, and she says, "I will need you to briefly cease what you're doing, so I may concentrate on this spell, just very briefly." And you just kind of lower your flute a little bit, and she opens her book and says a couple of words and begins to levitate. And Isong Day's right behind her and like just runs up and like pushes her as hard as he can as she flies across the
Whoa!
Cool.
chasm.
That's so cool. I'm taking notes about future magic that I want to learn.
That's so cool. No, that's actually really cool.
Hex, what did you want to do?
So Mavis didn't get across, huh?
No.
Correct.
Okay, so my question is, I can
Not yet.
manifest an echo on the other side and then teleport and switch places and then have it come and join me, right?
Mhm.
Can I, in that teleportation, hold another person and have them come with me? That's my question. It doesn't say that I can, but it doesn't say that I can't.
Now, there's a thought.
So
here's
that's what I need your ruling on, is if you'll allow me to, when I switch places, bring someone with me.
How many uses of your echo do you get per day?
I get it. It's a bonus action. I get as many as I want.
As many as you want.
I get as many
Oh,
as I want
shit.
You're so
to
cool.
manifest and teleport. The only thing that uses my like that I have a limited amount of is how many times they can attack. Or
Okay.
like whenever I take the attack action, I can make an additional attack with from the Echo's position.
Okay, is that Unleash Incarnation?
That's Unleash Incarnation.
Okay, cool.
So that's the one that I have a limited supply of.
So here's what I'll say. Okay. Well, we're gonna homebrew the fuck out of this. So what we're gonna do is I will require you to use all of your Unleash Incarnation uses on this.
In order to
if you want
take someone with me?
In order to take someone with you, because is that good for you?
Yeah, that makes sense. As long as you don't get into that should be fine. Sure.
Here's
I think
what
we
I
need
will.
to rest after this anyway. Like we're hoping to rest soon after this.
Yeah, that's
anyways.
fine. Yeah, I have if I wanted to do this in the future, I would have to use everything that's left or 3 because my max right now is 3.
So I will. Here's what I'll say happens, and then from there we'll kind of like we'll haggle.
Okay.
So Hex, you project an echo,
Mm-hmm.
and the echo immediately begins to fall. So I'll say that okay, here's what happens. 20 feet. You can project your echo.
15.
How far?
I thought
15?
it was 10 feet. I thought it was a 10 feet.
10, yeah, sorry, 10 feet.
Yeah.
So
15
I'm
feet
going to say
from-
that you project your echo. I'm going to say that first thing you do, you grab Mavis and you throw him into the air. Mavis, you begin to fall, and you see that there's an echo that materializes right beneath you and pushes you, using the Unleash Incarnation, up into the air
Oh, it's like a second attack?
as a
Okay,
second
cool.
attack.
Sure, I like that.
Hex then switches places with the echo, projects another echo, switches places with that echo,
Cool.
that is now also going upward, pushes you off to the other side of the cliff. Hex projects a third echo onto the other side of the cliff and switches places with that echo.
Okay.
That's
Oh my
so
God.
sick.
That is
I just,
way
like,
cooler
imagine, like,
than
the
what I
sound.
was thinking, but I
Yeah,
guess
I just wanted to like be like.
So I just want to
And also
say
we got
during that
no
whole
warning.
thing,
Yeah.
I'm just like screaming, like just like what? What are you doing? Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh! Oh! Until I like get to the other side, and then I'm just gonna land and be like, oh. Okay.
I'll be like, are you okay, Mavis? That was a
I
lot.
hope- Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Of course, I'm fine. Wait,
Okay.
Wow.
And I'm like half
I
like
don't know if you
laughing, trying
understand-
to keep it in.
I'm gonna
You
dust
just
off the
made it
fruit. Like,
possible for me to fly, Tyler. I don't know if you understand that.
Well, you can fly for 10 feet, and you'll use up all of your Unleash Incarnations. Sorry.
Hex, I
Okay.
had no idea you could do that. That's so cool.
neither did I. Should warn somebody first. God.
You turn back around. There's only 2 people on the other side. Well, there's 3 left. There is Isong Dae, who you see that he actually vanishes and just reappears on the other side of the cavern.
Of course.
That's
You then see Celia. She begins to like shrink into the ground, and you see this bridge of vines appear from one side of the chasm to the other.
Oh,
So
do the other
sick.
people, do they have a reaction? Because I think this is the first time they're seeing me actually do this.
Yeah.
I didn't
so
even think of that.
yeah.
Oh, true.
So the elf Aerolith, she is fascinated. She walks right up to you as you appear on the other side. She says, "How did you do that? What is that?"
I'm not exactly sure. It's my echo.
So she looks at you in the same way that a child that has just discovered a new toy looks, and she goes, "Fascinating." She says, "I must study you. Surely I must." She says, "How much gold do you require to be studied for?" I require 3 hours of your time."
You're asking how much you want to pay me for 3 hours of my time.
Yes, very
Um,
much.
To do what exactly?
She says, "I would like to study the magic that is flowing from you. That is not a normal. I've never seen something like that in my life. It wasn't illusory magic, which is
How
fascinating
much
to me.
gold do I got? I got 14 gold pieces. I'm afraid my time might be a little bit more valuable than you can afford.
She says, "Please indulge me."
I want to whisper over to Hex and be like, "Don't take anything less than 100."
100 gold pieces? That's way more.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask for 10.
Poking upon you.
I was gonna say 10 per hour.
She's gonna be poking and prodding you. Know your worth.
I'll say this. I'll say let's first get out of this place, then we can haggle a price for my time.
So she smirks and she says, "Very well." As this is happening, you notice that the bridge of vines that is going across the chasm, Quick Pickles is just walking over the bridge. He's like, "I don't know why you all just didn't wait." And
yeah, that's.
I literally was gonna ask, I was like, why didn't you do that sooner? Like, hello.
And Celia, the vines reach up, begin to sprout flowers that form into some kind of clothing, and the face pops out, and Celia appears.
That is mesmerizing.
I want to say one of the echoes of mine. It's the same one that has like the flowers and the chocolate.
Nice.
Like before coming back to me, like goes and just like spreads this like echo of flower petals at the feet of Celia, and then comes back and reintegrates with me.
Yeah, Celia, you see Celia
Happy
look
Valentine's
down, slowly reach towards the petals that then just vanish.
Yeah.
And she holds up her empty hand and just looks at it, and then puts it back down to her side.
Where's Bill?
Where is Bill?
I was gonna ask about that.
Oh my god, we haven't talked about Bill this entire time. He's still back in the tunnel.
Did Bill go across the vine?
My love.
Vine bridge?
Yeah, we see Bill.
Pickle?
Bill has just been following behind. He's got.
He's like a Skyrim companion.
We never have to worry about Bill.
Bill
Yeah,
Bill
he-
just walks across the vines, right?
He walks across the vines for sure.
Oh, I fucking love
Yeah.
Bill. I'm so sorry.
Quick Pickles is like, who's that?
That's Bill.
Hex, that's Bill.
Bill.
That's
Oh.
Bill. You'll learn to love him.
All right, I
We
mean,
should
he
keep
doesn't talk
moving.
much.
I feel like we should keep going. You can say hi to Bill if you'd like. He does talk.
Well, hi, Bill.
We can walk and talk.
Great, yeah. This is as you see as Bill is walking.
So saddle your horse and cast out your spell in a land where the devils and demons dwell. Through the valley of fire and the canyon so wide, you'll find that the dead, well, they don't stay where they die. for your soul, or you ride with the damned. In a world where the grave's just a line in the sand. So saddle your horse and cast out your spell in a land where the devil and demons dwell. Through the valley of fire and the canyon so wide, you'll find that the dead, well, they don't stay where they lie. 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 They don't stay where they lie.
You continue on through these tunnels for the better part of an hour.
Not the better part of an hour. Ooh. Can I check my watch again?
Oh, yeah. You
How
got
much
about
of an hour?
You got about 20 minutes left on this spell.
Okay, I'm going to stand up at the front of the group and say, hello, everyone. I have a very important piece of information that I need to bring up right now. It is time sensitive, and it is that I cast this spell like almost exactly 8 hours ago, and it runs out after 8 hours, and critically that spell gave my friends 5 extra hit points. Pretty cool. Magic is so cool. But one of the people in my group needed those 5 hit points to not be dead. It was Mavis. But that's okay. We love Mavis. And I really cannot handle it right now if Mavis keels over. So what I'm wondering is, within the next, 10 minutes to be safe, can we please find a spot to rest? It is urgent. I really like Mavis.
Yeah, so,
I like you too, Belle.
So Aerolith, she looks at her map, and she says, we're not too far, but if you require aid, she looks at Celia, and Aerolith begins to cast a spell. And she's moving her hand, she touches her throat, and then she touches her right ear as she's muttering words. And
Do I understand what she's saying?
Leah, yeah, you speak Elvish because you're
I
an
don't
elf.
do.
Yeah.
We all do.
Oh, you
We
all
all
speak
do.
Elvish, yeah. She's muttering magic. Magic
Okay.
incantations. It's basically like I require the power to speak, and she casts a spell, and she begins to speak to Celia. She opens her mouth, and you hear what sounds like the sounds of grass being stepped on, and flower petals falling to the ground. And Celia slowly nods and takes several steps over to Mavis. She opens her mouth, and slowly falling out of her mouth are what look like berries. There's 5 of them. And it's just like... And she hands them to you.
Into that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Glad you were.
so
Are they good?
I can just eat these, yes? That's what
She
they do.
slowly nods her head and closes her mouth. So yeah, you eat them, you heal 5 hit points. You've eaten
Lovely.
5 good berries.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you so
Aw.
much.
Good berries.
Berries.
Welcome to Goodberries, home of the Goodberries.
Jesus.
Can I get your good berries?
I was waiting for it.
Oh my god.
I knew one of you.
So she opens her, so Celia opens her mouth again, and you notice that there are 5 stems that are slowly poking out of her mouth that recede into her throat. And she says something to you, Mavis. It just sounds like... Aerolith says she can only do that once a day, so feel lucky. She wouldn't do that for any of us when we first met her.
She likes you.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
As you continued through this tunnel, you notice that as you progress through these tunnels, there is a faint glow coming from up ahead. Very, very faint. You get to a small opening that seems to lead to several other tunnels. And in this small cavern, there are a few glowing phosphorescent mushrooms. There are several tunnels up ahead. Aerolith says, if you require us to make camp here, then we can, or we can progress.
How
Can
many
we have a
minutes
huddle
left?
with everybody?
Yeah,
I
huddle?
think we can have a dual team huddle. if you want.
She says, I suppose that would just be a conversation.
Yes,
There
but
you
can't
go.
we stand in a circle just so that it feels more,
Intimate?
team-like? Intimate?
E Songday is like, I would very much like to stand in a circle.
I love standing in a circle with my friends.
I enjoy circles, yes.
Me too. I think that we should
all
rest
standing.
sooner. Thank you. I think that we should rest sooner rather than later because even though Mavis is healed, we're still not like at 100%. And I think a little opportunity to regroup would be really good. And I like rest. Is it late at night? I feel like we're getting into the evening. I like sleeping. But I think that a crucial thing is I've never been in these tunnels or I think really any tunnels before in my life. So it's hard for me to gauge whether or not we're safe here. And I do think that over rest, we should prioritize safety. And so if this is not a safe place to rest, I think we should press on.
Well, we have crossed this chasm. The previous chasm. I doubt that any of your friends can follow us.
I would
don't
hope
see
not.
why not. Plus, these phosphorescent mushrooms give me a slight sense of peace.
They look really cool.
Very well. We shall make camp here. As we are... I would like to designate, and delineate the watches.
Wow. That's a brilliant idea.
Of course. She looks at Leah, and she says, I feel as though you should take the second watch.
Why is the second, if not the first, third, and fourth?
She says, well, after the first, you will require 4 hours for your first watch, I believe. You are an elf, correct?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Wrong way. I was looking at my camera and I was like, wait, hold on. It's opposite of what I think. Anyways.
So Leah, you've had your ears under a hood this whole time. It is very strange to you that she would know that.
Mhm.
But she looks at you, she says, Then who shall take the first watch?
I will.
Excellent. And the third?
Of how many?
Of
Three.
3.
4.
Of 4.
Oh, is it 3 or 4?
3?
We can divide it into 4.
I'll take whatever one is best for the group.
All right. Mavis,
For
at
me
this
to take.
point, so Belle, at this point, your spell wears off. I need everyone to, if you haven't done so already, I need you to reduce your current hit point maximum by 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back to normal.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
And Mavis, you feel exhausted.
Yeah. So I definitely want to sleep first.
For
I
sure.
think maybe I should get the last watch. Just so
I'm cool with
I
that.
can sleep all the way.
This is a great idea. I'll take the
Yo.
third.
And I'll take the final.
Very well. All right, so you begin to make camp. The first watch is Hex. So Hex, of the 5 of these dungeon delvers, who would you like to take the watch with?
I get to choose?
Yeah. You'll all get to choose. Minus whoever.
What were their reactions to me teleporting and the? I'm always interested to see how people will react.
So, Aerolith was very intrigued. Turris, the Dragonborn, was scared shitless. He took a few steps back. He actually hasn't walked. He has not gone close to you this whole time.
Incredible.
Celia, no reaction. Poker face as always. And Quick Pickles was like, I'll see that every day, I guess. And yeah, and Isongdae like kind of nodded and a slow nod.
All right, I guess.
Especially seeing you using it to cross the chasm. Then yeah.
Man, I'm between Celia and Isongdae. I feel like I won't really get much of a conversation with Celia, so I guess I'll go Isongdae.
All right. So
give me the monk.
Yeah. So the two of you are sitting, watching the tunnels, and Isongdae, so you notice this guy looks like he's in his maybe 60s, but a very fit 60s.
How long does it take for everybody to get down and into camp? What does that feel? Sorry, just what does that feel like building camp and everybody?
We have to get ready for sleep. My favorite time of the day where I get to do my nighttime routine.
Are we all choosing our
I'm regretting asking this question.
Partners first, or are we doing that as we go?
We're doing it as we go.
Okay.
Unless you want to pick it now, and that's.
I guess I sort of dibs to Isongdae. Sorry if anybody else wanted to.
That's fair.
It doesn't matter to me. It's however you want to do it.
Great. All right. Yeah. So you're getting your packs ready. All the Delvers have a bedroll except for Celia, and they begin to lay down and rest.
We didn't come prepared for sleeping, did we? I didn't. I fear.
Bill. Well, okay.
Well, there's Bill.
I'd like to talk to Bill for sure because Bill is my go-to.
Yeah. So Bill, recognizing a Krunlo, he stands at attention and he says, "Bed mode engaged," and he begins folding in on himself. One leg gets very long, plants into the ground. Same with the other leg, and then both of his arms project backwards, and his body case opens up. And you see that there are, it's just filled with linens and towels. And
I'm going to get my towels out, grab some towels. Thank you, Bill. I'd like to look around and see if there's any, do we still have our warm water that's definitely not warm anymore?
It's definitely room temperature. Yeah.
That's totally fine. I'd like to take a bit of room temperature water and... Let's see. Is there any sand or
there's plenty of dirt on the floor.
Do we have any soap? No. Do we have any soap?
Oh.
Does Bill have any soap?
He does not.
What's the closest thing to soap?
Prestidigitation.
Would that
clean
work?
Or soil some clothing.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah.
I would like to then... Wait, do I have that? Can I do that?
I don't think you have prestidigitation.
No! Can anyone prestidigitate me clean? Is there anything that I... No. I don't want to ask. I'm independent, okay? I am strong and independent, and I don't need anyone else. I would like to use my big brain and look around me to see what is the closest thing to soap. What I'm thinking is dirt that is clean so that it could maybe be a little bit abrasive to wash me out with some water, and then I rinse off with water, wipe off with a towel. Or, that's off the top of my head, that's all I can think of, but I don't know, maybe I've read a book about soap in the wild.
Roll me a survival check, please, Belle.
Great. Yep.
Soap in the
That's
wild.
gonna be really good. Yep.
Are we seeing this? Because
Nice.
everybody else.
I haven't said a word to you, but I'm also not being. I'm not at all trying to be hidden about this.
Nice.
I'm going
see
about
it.
my night routine. I'm also singing or at least humming.
And is everybody else trying to in bed, trying to get into bed, or trying to get into their packs?
So
I'm
the
trying to make
Delvers-
myself a little place to meditate.
Yeah. So Aerolith actually pats. You see Aerolith, Leah, and she looks at you. She pats next to her on the ground.
Okay. And I walk away from her. And I find my own place to sit.
You walk away from her? Oh,
I do.
dang.
Oh.
They do.
Amazing. Yeah, so you go sit in your own area.
Yeah.
And Aerolith kind of harumphs and just begins meditating. Belle, you find a rock, and you just start scrubbing yourself with this rock.
Perfect. And I'm doing it happily, and then I'm gonna rinse myself off with water, and I'm gonna wipe myself down with a clean towel from Bill. Thank you, Bill. And then I'm going to, next question, looking around, what's the closest thing to a hairbrush?
Holy shit.
Stick. Oh.
Probably a stick, yeah. No, you're right, yeah.
Do I see any good sticks? Any hairbrush-like sticks nearby?
With a
Hairbrush,
6, you find...
I'll also just ask if anyone has a hairbrush.
You could also use your fingers just to
I am being, what's the word? I'm making my way in the wild. I am making use of the things around me. Sure, I could use my fingers, but why not use nature?
at that...
So what do I see? Because I'm getting prepared to meet up to stay up for first watch. So
Yeah,
what
exactly
do I see as she's trying to wash?
Everyone
her face
has
with
made
dirt?
camp except for Belle.
Jeez.
And you and Isongdae, the three of you are the only ones that are still doing things. Everyone else is resting.
Yeah.
Isongdae looks at you and he says, "Is this normal?"
To be quite frank, I'm not exactly sure what normal is for her. I'll go see what's happening. So I'll walk over to and I'll just put another hand on her shoulder just to get her attention.
Hey, buddy.
We should be making camp.
Yep. Exactly true.
And
I'm
what
gonna
are you-
keep.
What are you doing presently?
I'm making camp. I'm gonna keep brushing my hair, and then I'm gonna start braiding it because my hair's really long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start braiding it like a big long braid.
All right.
So I don't want it to get extra dirty while I'm sleeping or whatever.
Extra dirty. You're afraid of...
I didn't say that out loud, but I mean I will. I'm not afraid of dirt. I just really like my hair. You have to take care of hair.
I understand. I am going to... I'm going to move my hand from her shoulder, and I'm going to take her hand in mine. And
I'm gonna put my other hand on top.
and what starts as a friendly grip increases in pressure. And I'm not trying to hurt her, but to let her know this is not a...
I'm gonna
essentially,
increase in pressure at the
This is
same
a
rate.
serious, and I'm just gonna look at her in the eyes and just say, "What do you feel?"
You're very strong, and I think that's admirable.
No, but feel my hands. What do you feel?
Well, they're a bit dry, but that's okay. Nothing that a little extra hydration and some moisturizer can't fix. Your hands are pretty rough.
Yeah,
Also,
and so
do you have scars?
yeah, so you'll feel a bunch of calluses, and you definitely see kind of a lot of nicks and scars and all this stuff on his hands. And he's gonna squeeze as you're looking at his hands and feeling them. He's gonna squeeze so your attention comes back to him, and he's going to say, "The luxuries that you're used to in the castle are not ones that you should be used to in the wild. These hands," and I'll squeeze her hand. "These hands are from decades in the wild. They will not drop a sword in a scramble. They won't drop a shield in the night. Do you understand?"
I'm gonna take a deep breath. And I'm gonna put my hand on Hex's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say, I know you think I'm naive. I know you think I'm spoiled. I believe that you can have both. I believe that my hands can grow to be hands that don't drop a sword, although I don't know that I necessarily mean a sword, but a metaphorical sword, but can also be moisturized at the same time. I believe we can have both, and balance is crucial. I think that I want to take care of you, and I want to take care of me, and I know that I can do both.
I pray you don't learn the hard way the difference between luxury and survival. And I turn on my heel and leave.
You can add a point to the group inspiration pool. Sick.
Will do.
Nice.
Sick.
And Belle, you lay your head down on a pillow made of rolled up towels, and you notice that when you lay down, Bill's head is right next to yours.
I'm
And
gonna pat Bill's head on the head and say, "Good night, Bill."
Good night, Lady Crunlow.
Good night, Bill.
Good night.
Everyone say good night, Bill.
Good night, Hex. So, Hex, you sit down with Isong Dae,
Mhm.
and he looks like an older guy in his 60s, mid 60s, and he looks at you, and he saw that whole interaction, and he says, "You speak with the words of an older man."
How do you mean?
When you are my age, you learn that the youth need to be taught lessons sometimes. Those with less experience, they do not understand the ways of the world. Your face, and you see, like, he almost reaches out to touch you, but he hesitates.
I would like to resist a flash.
Oh yeah, roll me a D100, please.
I don't know what my thing is at. My
I'm gonna say it's at 15, probably.
15.
I thought it was
Sure.
high.
Higher? Alright, I'll say it's at 30.
Well, it's at
Sorry.
30.
Sorry,
Okay,
suicide.
fine. No, that's okay. That's fine. 87. That
Great,
happens.
But
Okay.
yeah, that clears.
Yeah.
So as
So-
he reaches, I don't want a face flash.
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
that I
yeah.
think he would mind, but just to not.
No worries. I'm gonna put that face.
It's like not flinching. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so it jumps up 15. Does it jump up to 45?
Yeah, it's up to 45 now. So he says, "Your face," and he stops himself. He says, "I know what battle scars look like. You have many. More than I had at your age. And I had served in the military. Are you elf? Are you... How are you so young? And yet so old?"
Isong Day. Am I saying that right?
Hmm.
I'm not sure if I can adequately answer your question. And not to speak in riddles or to answer your question with another question, but out of curiosity, how do you experience time? How do the years feel to you?
When I was younger, I would have not answered that. Not been able to, but... Now... Every day, when I wake up to a new pain in my body, I feel the weight of my years. The days... They feel heavy.
Heavy.
Hmm.
Days feel heavy. And they wear on you.
They do.
And you can see that. I see that. Are you aware of a metal called lead?
Lead? I'm not.
It's a very heavy metal. It doesn't necessarily look heavy. A little goes a long way. And so, wow, it may not look like much. A bag of lead weighs much more than a bag of gold. That's how the years weigh on me. Like lead. Heavy, but you might not be able to see it unless you fully grasp it and understand it.
He slowly nods, and he says to you, "To pass the time, we have much of it.
Yes.
Would you like to play a prank?"
A prank. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna look around and just see if anybody is awake. If anybody is like.
Nobody
I'm
else
like-
seems to be awake.
Nobody in my crew seems to be awake.
Nah, everyone's out.
Okay, I notice that everyone's out, and I lean in and I go, I would love to play a prank.
So he says, "I noticed that Taurus is particularly afraid of your ability."
Is that what it is? He didn't seem to want to walk within 15 feet of me.
Yes, well, to the Draconic, there's a long explanation involving souls, but he believes that your soul is untethered to your body. Would you like to?
Yes.
Would you
Yes.
like to give him a scare?
Yes. Before Hex is like is stoically giddy, like like his face might not show it, but inside he's like very hyped.
Yeah, perfect.
And so he's like, would you like to give, as soon as he says scare, Hex says yes, and you can immediately see yeah.
So perfect.
And I think that today it's really just kind of a cycling of similar echoes. Sometimes this happens to Hex where it's kind of similar echoes in a very tight amount of time, and he doesn't exactly understand why or whatever. But it's like the one with like linen, capri, beach boy, and it's gonna like kind of be projected over to where what's his name, the Dragonborn
Taurus, yeah.
Taurus, yeah, to where Taurus is sleeping, and he's just gonna like stand over where Taurus is, and so I think what Hex wants to do is to switch places, like tickle Taurus and then switch back, like get him to wake up, like so switch, tickle, switch, and so I'm back.
So yeah, you do that. Taurus looks up, he just and like vomits acid up at the
Oh my
echo,
god.
which just vanishes. And he's just like,
and again, and so Isong Dae, he attacks. Does he attack the echo? Okay, so it vanishes. Isong Dae looks to me. He sees like my eyes glow.
Yeah.
Like that, Xbox that's turning on again, and
he
giggling.
the two of you start like so that's your watch. Very nice.
Awesome.
Okay, nice. So the second watch is Leah. So Leah, you
did we see it? I'm sorry, did we see anything okay, no, sorry. So that's the watch. Got it.
Yeah. Leah, I'd like you to, so who would you like to take your watch with?
Can I choose Celia?
Totally. Yeah, so you rise from your meditation, and you walk up to Celia. So you notice that Celia is just standing. And she just seems to be gazing out at nothing. You approach her, and her head just turns to you.
Yeah. I go, I guess it's our watch. Where do you want to go?
She slowly turns her head around the entire circumference of the small cave, and she slowly raises her hand and points to one of the phosphorescent mushrooms.
And I just go, okay, let's go over there.
And the two of you walk over, and you, the two of you stand around this mushroom, and you notice that while Celia is not very expressive, she opens her mouth and begins to say these words. It sounds like fruit being plucked from a tree. It sounds like this is not the right music for this.
This is
I think we'll all start dancing.
Yeah.
around the mushroom. We're just like
That's actually
with our hands. Our
Um,
hands in
I need to
Anyways.
change that song. It sounds like fruit being plucked from trees. It sounds like again just the sound of wind rustling through the leaves of trees. And she closes her mouth and then kind of looks almost expectantly at you.
Okay. So, yeah. It's hard to think of what to say to her because she's just kind of just standing there.
She says
And
it
I
again.
Can you hold out your hand for me, Celia?
So she holds her hand out.
I'm gonna take it in between mine. I'm gonna close my eyes and try and see if I can do like my ley line thing.
Okay. Sonny, could we get max cam for Leah? Thank you. So, Leah, you open your eyes and you activate your green sight. And you can, at first, black space, completely the void. You're looking around, you see that directly beneath you is that ley line. And standing on that ley line is Celia. It looks as though she is melding in with the ley line. And her hands are clasped with yours. She is a being made of glowing green and pink light that seems to be weaving in and out, and her eyes are solid. One is green, one is pink. And she opens her mouth, and she says, "Finally, we can speak."
Oh,
All right. Is there something you were trying to tell me earlier that I couldn't understand until now?
She says, "I know what you are. I know who you are." She says, she kind of gestures to her body. She says, "Long ago, what you call the Grove was home to my people."
Oh, wow.
And she says, "Then there was this cataclysm, and many of us died.
I'm so sorry.
She says, we are not long for this world. I am not long for this world. So I have done what I can. to enjoy this world for as long as I can. And she takes her hands again, and she says, life. This is what matters. And your green sight dissipates.
Okay.
And you see Celia back in her more plant-like form is looking at you very intently. And you notice that her flower eye is in full bloom.
Okay.
And there is some pollen right off to the side of her face.
Oh my god.
Can I before I look at her,
Mhm.
can I come back, but I'm looking down,
Yeah,
and when I look up at her, there's just one singular tear coming down my face. And I'm not making any other facial expression other than just looking at her.
Nice. Yeah. Leah, would you roll me a perception check, please?
Okay.
Oh!
Alright, dirty 20.
Baby.
Dirty 20, happy Valentine's Day. So,
That 20's dirty.
it is a dirty 20.
Yeah.
Oh.
At 20.
Okay.
That's, oh my god.
Happy Valentine's
Oh my God.
Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yeah. So, oh my god. So Leah, so this, you see this, she sees this tear on you, you see this tear on Celia, and she slowly releases your hands and puts them down to her sides. You notice that in your hand there is a small seed that she has left with you.
Okay.
You put it in your pocket, and you resume your watch.
Okay.
You notice that the phosphorescent mushrooms are glowing a little brighter. You have a feeling that it's probably in the dead of night at this point.
Okay.
You turn and you see Aerolith is standing and looking at you. She's got her arms folded, and she says, "I recognize a Thalian when I see one. My house is one of the lesser ones, but it's not important."
Are you supposed to be awake right now? Is this your watch?
She says, "We meditate the same amount, for we are both elves."
Do you even
Well,
go
yes,
here?
but still.
You even go here.
She says, "I will not further interrupt your moment with Celia." She reaches into her pack, opens a book, and Leah, with a 20, you see through the tunnel there's a glint of light as flying right past your face, a crossbow bolt hits Aerolith in the chest.
Oh!
No!
In the back,
Crossbow bolt?
from the tunnel, people are approaching.
Ow!
And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Ah! No! Come on!
Not this!
A crossbow bolt? She got Boromired?
In the chest? Hello?
Stop! I'm
hello?
not ready for this. I just watched.
I didn't even
I'm not-
say anything to her! Fine.
You just rolled your eyes at her. Now look. Oh, God.
I know, I feel so bad. Okay, listen.
Dang.
Oh my god, amazing. Alright, so, yeah, great session, everyone. We'll do our bond changes now. Leah, we're going in opposite of the order, so Leah, do you have any bond changes?
Wow, I mean,
Yeah, you got any
I
bond
can't even
changes?
think of any bond changes. Honestly, I think no bond changes. Just kidding. So, again, like with the group, everyone's still sticking strong. I think, if anything, like Leah's pushbacks are they're not necessarily like she doesn't believe like anyone can do it, especially like Belle in the beginning. I think she's just pushing back just to be like a little bit funny, honestly. Like that's how she's feeling right now. Like she's just like, you know what? Like we're here. Like she's trying to let down her guard a little bit more, but she's still holding it in. But at this point, she's kind of just like, you know, kind of just going back and forth because she wants to see how. Because it was funny watching Mavis and Belle going back and forth in her mind, so she just kind of wanted to play along. Anyways, so that was fun. But then meeting the people in the cave was really cool. So like Bondage was there, and then of course with Celia, like that was huge. That was huge information that I gained. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to go into watch with her, because I wanted to do my leyline thing and see if I could get any information from her from there, because none of us spoke her language. So I was like, okay, this is like the only way that I could think to possibly get something from her. So that was really cool, and I really am glad I did that because that was insane.
That was really cool. I was not expecting that. That was very cool.
Yeah. And then with Aerolith, she kind of was very like guarded up by her, just because like how like she said she clocked that I was an elf like off the bat, even though I had my hood up. She said she knows Thalion when she sees one, and like all this, and like I don't know, she was very like protective of that, but like also again just kind of like that playing along, like, you know, like was trying to like make the mood light by doing that, not necessarily by like meaning anything bad, but also kind of like keeping her guard up still. So like she kind of was that, but like now she's like shot in the chest, so she doesn't even know what's going on. All she knows is she wants to help her, because like whenever Leah sees someone in like need, like she has to help them, like it, like she needs to. So she's like not even thinking anymore. She's like, okay, we gotta help her, let's get her good, and then we'll go back to what we were doing before. So that kind of like changed in that split second for her. But everyone else, I mean, like, you know, pretty cool. It was cool seeing Hex do like the whole like thing across the bridge with echoes, and like that was really cool to her. And she was thinking after that whole thing, she's like, I really was the only one who didn't use a single drop of magic during that, wasn't I? And it's just like was like, I wasn't very cool during that, was I? I kind of just jumped and did a roll like that, like, and that's like her usual cool thing, but then she's like, that wasn't really cool compared to everyone else. And so she was kind of like, what's going on here? But yeah, that's kind of just all her thoughts during that.
Incredible. Yeah. I love it. That was great. Thank you, Leah.
Yep.
Belle, any bond changes for you?
Yes. So first of all, Belle loves meeting. Also, y'all can hear me, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. Love it. Belle loves meeting new people, so she like is super thrilled to have met new people and like pretty instantly feels like connected to them. So like literally has no negative thoughts about any of the new people that we've just met. Thrilled to have new friends, no doubt, totally good. The like already existing group, I think Belle is feeling like Belle is aware that the group underestimates her, and ordinarily that doesn't bother her, because I think that like her general thought is like, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks about me. I know myself and I know what I'm capable of, and so that's really all that matters. And I think today was the first time where she felt like a negative emotion related to the way that everyone was relating to her and talking to her. But I don't think Belle really knows what to do with that yet. So I think like as of right now, Belle's bond with everyone feels like she feels suddenly like maybe she has like almost a responsibility to prove herself to the people around her, but she doesn't necessarily feel like if she doesn't, that's bad, or like it's required, or like she doesn't think that everyone would like leave her if a mistake happened. There's no like level of distrust, but I think she felt at times a like not just like a, oh, you're underestimating me because you don't know what I'm capable of, but you should know what I'm capable of and you're still underestimating me, and that feels rough. And I think it was like the first I don't think she's ever really felt that before. And so again, in terms of bond, and I think this was from every single person, and I think in terms of bond changes, it doesn't impact her level of trust or closeness with anyone in the group, but she's like, she does not know what that means yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Belle. Hex, do you have any bond changes for us?
Yes, I think so. Well, there's obviously the new bonds that were created with the X does not like or trust Erelith Mendelinin, does not like or trust her, but doesn't have the, like, knows that he can't express that anytime soon because we need to get out of this place. He low-key has a crush on Celia. That's definitely there.
I mean, raise your paw if you have a crush on Celia. Yeah.
I mean, Kate does.
Yeah,
Leah,
raise your
no.
paw then. That counts.
Okay, but
sorry.
Leah, no.
I
Sorry to interrupt.
Leah feels
No,
a
it's
different
okay.
bond that way. But anyways.
I definitely think that, like, Pickles is dope. Like, Hex really likes Pickles but doesn't know much about him, but his vibe is very cool. And he thinks it's kind of really funny that Turris is scared of him because he's like a dragonborn who can throw grown adults 10 feet in the air. And obviously has like a super strong connection with Isongdae and kind of he's like one of the few people who has like clocked Hex. And that like conversation and the prank just felt really cool. So I think I would die for Isongdae. Hex definitely feels that way. With the group, I think mostly unchanged. I think Hex mostly feels like, I think Hex feels a type of protectiveness over Belle. Not for any particular reason, but it definitely seems like Hex wants to make sure that she knows that she could get real bad real fast, and that if we take it lightly, it'll be worse than it would be if we didn't. And so I think that's where Hex is coming from. I don't think there's like I don't think there's like an anger component. It's more just like a, hey, like, we're in the wild. There are things out here that want to kill us. Like, we need to be. I've seen what happens when people take this lightly, and it's not good. It hurts. It hurts real bad. But I think pretty much the same for the other members of the party, Mavis and Leah. Yeah, so I think those are the bond changes. Obviously, Bill is still the love of his life, and
Forever be.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Thank you, Hex.
However,
Last
you
but
did forget Bill. Sorry.
Oh, well,
I'll
that's
put
true.
that
That's
in
true.
there.
Even though we did forget Bill, yeah. That's okay, though.
This time
last
we
but certainly not least, Mavis, do you have any bond changes?
I think yes, slightly. It's kind of like reverting almost to, I'll say OG crew. I feel like Mavis is definitely feeling like, oh, I'm getting in the way again. Like, it's kind of like those types of feelings of like, okay, I have to like depend on everyone to like do things for me or to help me. And it's like, I'm like in the way. I need to like not get in the way. And then for new people that we just met, no strong feelings towards anyone except for Elilith. And it's just that Mavis is feeling like I accidentally like pissed in her cereal, and I need to like figure out a way to apologize that is like not being myself, because when I'm myself, it's like not working out. She's just like, stop. And so I have like this idea to like, I really don't want her to feel like negative feelings towards me, but everybody else is just very like neutral in general.
Nice.
That's
Awesome. Well, great job, everyone. Great session. Yeah, thank you for playing. Thank you for watching.
Hell yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, and happy Valentine's Day.
Day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Bye.
Even if
With
you're not
someone
watching
in a
this on Valentine's Day.
TTRPG
Yeah.
time, especially today.
Yeah.
How do you do hard eyes? Hard eyes?
Oh, that's so good. Wait, how did you do?
hurts?
I've just made this up. Is this a thing?
I don't know, but we can make it a thing.
I know that
Buddy
this
did-
is
Buddy
like
did
heart.
a Gen Z heart. Oh, this is it.
I can't do that. Oh, maybe I can.
Sea heart.
Is it this?
Yes.
We're hip.
Yeah.
We're hip.
Ugh.
We're hip as
I'm
so.
Gen Z. I'm
Is-
hip.
I like this a
Is
lot.
this
Wow.
boomer- is this a
Actually, this
boomer
is a
heart?
bit. This is a bit
Ooh.
more.
This is definitely
accurate.
This is a
This
millennial
is
heart.
millennial apparently,
Millennial?
and then this is Gen Z. Although I'm Gen Z and I never do this, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
this is too hard for me. I'll say
This
it.
is
I'm
a little more visually accurate, but this is a lot more intuitive.
It's easier. Yeah.
This is the simplest way.
Yeah, I don't
Wait,
know. My
wait.
hands are weird though, so I don't know.
And then
This
this
doesn't
is
really.
the.
And then this is
Yeah, what is
a
this
K-pop.
one? The K-pop heart.
Yeah, it's a
Heart.
K-pop heart,
Hard eyes.
which I actually really like this a lot.
It's so
just-
I think it's really
cute.
It's so cute. Yeah, it's great.
Tiny.
Oh, this is great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we cut all this out. And
No, we're leaving it in.
Oh,
Happy
good, okay,
Valentine's
good, all right, good.
Day.
Oh yeah, no,
Valentine's
you're
Day.
right. You're right. Happy
hard
Valentine's Day.
eyes.
Yeah.
I learned to have cataracts in my eyes today.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
and cut.
What is my cat?
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.